Hey, hello. All right. So welcome to this backtesting session. And for today's session, we're going to be doing the backtest of week 45, which is the week we just finished. Previous week, that is from Monday the 7th of November to Friday 11th of November. So we're going to be backtesting GU the entire week, and we'll see how that goes. Now, right here on my screen, I have GU chart. This is confirm. So this is a 15 minutes chart, and what we have here is I have my session range. Just in case you don't know, Phantom had this my session range indicator, so you can use that. And what basically you use that to do is to set your defined trading period, which so it just shows the regions for you to based on the time you trade. So for me, I'm looking at being at my desk between 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. to look for trade opportunities. So you have that my session range. So I just set it, using the settings. When you go to the settings, it is usually EST time that it uses, but then knowing the time difference between EST and what we use here in Nigeria. So we're kind of 6 hours ahead. So just put in the session start hour and session end hour, and then that's that. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now, for the purpose of this back testing, or starting from 7th, which is like I say, this week 45, you can see that here. So starting from 7th November at 7 a.m. and we're going to be terminating at 10th November, Friday 10th November at 8 p.m. So we're just going to be testing everything in between. And you can see at a glance here, we see this the different time frames we're going to be trading. So anything outside that, we're not going to trade. So I'm trading both New York session and London session. If you see here, using the Asian, you will then see is an interlap of London and New York. So I'm just basically just trading, you know, anything between that particular, time session. All right. So that is that. So we'll begin this. I'm going to do bar replay all the way to that time frame. Then, so we'll just be moving from here. Now, a few things to note, which is one of the reasons we backtest whatever strategy it is that you're trading with. Um, there are patterns that show up in the market, and as traders, our roles are to identify these patterns and trade these patterns. It could be anything, whether you are trading support and resistance, whether you're trading double bottoms and double tops, whether you're trading breakouts, support and resistance, channels, descending channels, ascending channels, whatever it is you're doing, they are just patterns, right? And your understanding of your edge and your ability to identify your edge in the market and trade your edge is key. Because here, what happens is whatever patterns it is that we have used as the backbone of creating an edge, they always repeat. They always repeat every day. These patterns form. They form over and over on a daily basis. With different, repetitions. Sometimes you could have them more times in a particular day than the other. So it always happens. But the particular order with which they show up varies. So that then introduces a probability in trading. You do not know for certain that every time those patterns are going to form and are going to be correct, but they are definitely going to form. That's one thing. The second thing is that when they do form, we need to place ourselves in a position whereby we take advantage of them, which is why, for instance, you have great risk to reward ratios. So when we have a strategy, when you have an edge, you've tested that edge, there are a few things as a trader you're training yourself for. Number one, your ability to recognize these patterns when they form, whatever it is. Number two, your ability to execute 100%. Because what may happen is your edge played out, but you did not trade it. So the couple of times you did not trade your edge as they formed in the market, you're going to miss out on that trade. And when you just lousily just take it at a particular time, it could be that the losers are kind of what you come across. So we must set ourselves whatever window time frame we've established to trade with, that all the opportunities that make up your edge that gets formed, that you take them. Okay. So we need to train ourselves to A, be able to recognize our edge when they form. B, have a mechanical approach to execute perfectly. And C, have good risk to reward ratios in place and good risk management in place. So the good risk to reward ratios in place will enable us to take advantage of when the winners come, and good risk management in place will protect us when the losses come, such that we're still in a position to still be in the game. So with this, we must understand that we approach trading from a probabilistic standpoint, where there's a probability we're going to win, there's also a probability we're going to lose. But then when we do win, our risk to reward ratio covers for that, and then we're still in the game. You know, so this is key, this is critical, and which is one of the reasons why we backtest. You know, we kind of are building our muscles to identify these patterns and then have that mechanical approach. When we trade. This is one of the reasons why most times you could learn a strategy and you still get into the market and you're going to make mistakes. The psychological part of it is there. Two, there's a discipline part of it. Sometimes we are not always on the charts when these things play out, and then we miss out on those opportunities, or the fear of missing out, or the fear of using execution. So when we learn a pattern, when we learn a strategy, we should be able to be dogged in seeing that we take execute every time the opportunities present itself, and being having that discipline to be available when the trades occur. Now, sometimes we even live busy lives. We maybe have other things that we're doing. I think that's one of the reasons why, like, one of the things I want to incorporate, or I'm incorporating, is the use of alerts. So that even if I have other things I'm doing, there are specific things I want to see to happen, and then I set alerts for those things to happen. Once they happen, I have a particular line of action. I have the next step of thing I want to see. So we don't necessarily have to always be on top of the screen all the time on the charts. You can be doing other things, but the moment the alerts show up, you then take action, right? So that's that. Now, with that in mind, we're going to be doing this. So, like I said, we're backtesting week 45, which I've already outlined here with this date range tool, starting from 7 a.m. Now, as a way of recap, what are we looking at? Now, we're looking at structure. Um, we're looking at structure. We use the 4 hour daily and 4 hour to no bias, right? And what we want to do is according to the uh, what is happening at the particular leg, we want to take advantage of the 15 minutes um, uh, order flow that is happening. Okay, yes. And then understanding also points where there will most likely be pullbacks. Okay, and let's say when we then start having a pullback on the 4 hour. Okay, what that means is that the 15 minutes somewhere there'll be a change of character, and then we know that, and then we'll know we're going bearish. So, and then also bearing in mind premium and discounting. Okay, we know where we are in price. So when we drop down to the 15 minutes, what is like a bread and butter for us is to sell at premium and then buy at discount. So let's say these are 15 minutes leg, for instance. What we want to be doing is we plot our ranges, okay, and if we've confirmed the directional bias based on the higher time frame, the daily and 4 hour, we then drop down to 15 minutes, and then we look at OBs from the EQ all the way, in this case for a bearish market, from the EQ all the way to anything in the premium area of price. Okay, when we get OBs that come in there, we then drop down and then we investigate using the 1 minute, change of character and behavior to then get into trade. So that's kind of some of the things we're looking at. The other thing we put other things in consideration, things like when we have chains, especially chains that emanate from, say, you know, um, extremes. Okay, we also look at chains, but then we also take into mind pricing, premium and discount pricing and all. That's one. Now, the second thing is entry models. So we have specific entry models that we are looking at to get in. So when price comes into our 15 minutes blocks, other blocks that we've identified, we then enter trades using specific entry models. So, for instance, on the 1 minute, we have entry models where we are looking for a chalk. When a chalk happens, okay, we then expect price to come and then go, right? Now, in addition to this, we're looking at liquidity. So sometimes we want liquidity to be formed somewhere down there, which then gets swept before we enter. Also, one of the things we're looking at is perhaps this sweeping liquidity there, and then to move, and a couple of things really. So this is this. There is also when um, we have a very quick move. We have a V-shaped recovery into a 15 minute OB, which sometimes would leave something like um, um, a what do you call it, a flip. We have a flip that is being created. So let's say we have something like this. We have something like this. A couple of times we've seen these things happen where we have a we have a flip, so something like this. So I'm just pretending this is a 1 minute, yeah. So the 1 minute, something like that, and then we have this. Okay. So this fails. Okay. This fails, has creates the chalk, and then maybe a liquidity is also created here before it then comes to tap in there, and then it goes. So these are some entry models we look at to play with in combination with what it is that we are looking at. All right, so this is bearing this in mind, we're going to be taking this into backtest week 45, and then we see the opportunities that get formed along the way. All right, all right. So let's get started. All right, so we start off with the daily. Now I've already marked the period of trading from Monday the 7th, 7 a.m. all the way to, okay, so this should be all the way to Friday, all the way to Friday 11th, 8 p.m. Yes, so we have that. Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna log this so that we don't move it about. All right, so we start from the daily. Um, we have this the daily time frame. Um, I'm gonna leave this on here so we have an idea of what the, okay. Let me bring it down a bit. Transparency. Okay. All right. Great. So we have this. Now, obviously, daily is bearish. This is the current range we're in here. Bearish daily range. Okay, and we broke this. We broke this here. Okay, and we're currently in a premium area of price. So we have this daily OP here. So we have this internal bullish structure, and we have, at the moment, we have this OB here. Price tapped into that and gave this reaction. We had this range right here. So price came from this internal range here, this internal range here that price came into. Okay, of this internal range that price came into. If we go to our 4 hour, we see, um, if we mark 4 hour from here, we have from the high, we have a low, high, low, high. We have a low, we have a high, and we have a low right here. Okay, so Based on that, we have breaks of structure here. Okay. Then we had a chalk here. So this was the last range close for our range. Okay, and then internal structure, and then we had this new range here. All right. So now what we see that price, it didn't get up to there. It didn't come. It just reacted somewhere off. Okay, just barely got to the EQ, but then went off. We have another range here. Here, PD, and this time price did break here. Okay, so based on a change in trend, we had this. Give it a different color. Okay, this, and now we have this. Okay, now price had come tapped into um, this 4-hour OB. Okay, and then give up that reaction. So we're currently where we are at the moment. So price is doing this upward move. Now I'll drop to the 15 minutes, and things begin to be a little bit interesting. Now, if we're tracking price from here, we have this low, we have this high, we have this low, this high, and this low. So we have this 15 minutes break. I will break a tiny one, just barely, but still a break, very close below. So we had that. Then at this point, we have our chalk here, and this range currently here, from here to here, 15 minutes. Then price just came. So this is NFP that happened right here. Price came to tap in there. Although technically speaking, it wicked it, so took out this liquidity, took that out, liquidity, and then just pushed up, leaving this very big OB here. Okay, it's very big OB, 15 minutes. Now we had a change in character here, give a different color, and then we have high, low, high. Right here, so we had this low. We didn't have a break here, so we use this high. Mm, So even this didn't break, so we can just use that. Can use this range, highest point before the pullback. Okay, so we have this 15 minutes break. Okay, so we had that. We broke through pullback broke. uh, So we keep mapping that. Oh, what did I press? So I pressed something I shouldn't have pressed. Okay, so here, like this 15 minutes POS, 15 minutes POS. Okay, so we're here right now, and we can see this last range here. So we're here. So we have this OB right here. Okay, and it's in the premium, is in discount. So the anticipation is that price may come down to tap into it to continue the 15-minute order flow. So let's see what happens. Price now. Price has tapped into it. So at this point, that price, okay, just one, just a tap, tapped in. We then drop down to the 1 minute. So we are currently in our window of trading. We then have a break here. Okay, and then we have a chalk. Let's put that 1 minute and wait to see which breaks first. Okay, we have the break there, so we have our chalk. So we have our chalk. We have this resting liquidity here. So we can then draw this OB right here and then put our trade to. collaterate with them. Okay, so we see, does it take it? Just barely missed it, like barely missed it, just barely missed it, and just does it come back and it just goes from there. Okay, up to 15 minutes. Mm, So we break the 15 minutes high. Okay. Then we then have under OB. Wait for the pullback. Okay, so that's close below. Okay, so we have a pullback or very. So this is meant to be the pullback. This candle closed below that, so that's a pullback. Okay, so pullback, break the 15 minutes PV. Okay. This one, this now in hindsight, there was a trade we so yeah, this is it. So that happened, broke this. So we have this OP here. Okay, so we tapped into the mm, so this so we had this high low high low. So this so wait for the chalk to happen. happens here, and it just goes right up. So do this. Now, sometimes we then play this chain. So we have this that's already mitigated here. So we have this that's already mitigated. So we can, I think I'll be okay to just put a limit here. Okay. So we'll go back to 15 minutes and see what's happening. So we've broken that. So wait for the pullback for, waiting for a close below the previous candle. We haven't got that yet. Okay, so that's a close below. Okay, so this close below, so that's our range. Okay, so we can draw this OB here. This by itself here, and then see what happens when price gets in there. Okay, so price is tapped in there. We draw that to the 1 minute and see. But meanwhile, let's see what's happening on the 4 hour. Okay, so we've come here. We're still bullish this way. Okay. Okay. Price is tapped into the 1 minute, 15 minutes. So we go down to the 1 minute, wait for a change of character. See if we can get an opportunity here. Okay, so we have this truck here. We had under break here. And the close below. Okay, so we had a break. So there was no opportunity here that has failed. Okay, just kept going. Okay, so we'll drop back to the 15 minutes and we're here. So wait and see what happens here. We have this mitigated 15 minutes. Got mitigated here. And then we have this unmitigated one here. Okay, see what happens. So there's this imbalance here. So the anticipation is that that will drop price down further here. So let's see. So that draws it, taps into it. But we're out of our trade window. Are we? No, we are not. We just tapped into, yes, we're not. We just tapped into our trade window. Yes, okay. So we're in here. Price has tapped. So went down, did not break above, did not break above, did not break above, did not break above. So this is just this. It's just this. So break high. This is the highest point. So we wait and see what happens. So we have a break below. Ah, no, it didn't break below. Okay, so now we have a break below. So this. So this will be the. So we had another break here. So up, that up. So there's a chop there. So we can put entry. So Okay, so this is 5 pip SL and leave it at 5.5. Okay, so let's see, split price. Okay, so that would have tagged us in. Yeah. Okay, so we see if we get a win. Was there any news here? Okay, news is on, so um oh crap. Okay, so see what happens here. Comes back and takes us out. Can L. Okay. Alright. So we have the L. Minus cent. So we'll book the L. Okay. So we keep playing price. Okay. So we get another chalk here. We get another chalk here. So I look at entering again here. Now, while I'm entering here, there is also a V-shape like recovery here. So we have this PB sweep. So I'm also going to enter here. So I'm going to place two entries. I'm going to place one buy here. Okay, and I'm going to place another one here. All right, so let's see. Okay, hit SL, Texas, hit SL. Wow. Okay, that's SL, and that's SL. Now this all happened on the same day, so three SLs in one day. Okay, see what's happening. Get a bigger picture. So perhaps price is coming into here. Okay, we haven't broken out of that. So let's see if we see another entry. Hmm. Okay, so this breaks. It breaks right there. Um, so we break this. Okay, so we had this cons had this chalk break and low high. So it breaks here. So this is the high. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hmm. We have a chalk there. Okay. Okay. So we have this minute there. So we go wait for. So you get in at the 50. Yeah, okay. See what happens. So this is Tuesday. There was a trade here. I'd have deleted this. I'd have deleted that. Now we got into a new day. Okay. 'So if we had done the this down, okay, yeah, that's in. No, no, if I done this down, would have been tagged in, but we did 50. I think we should have done the done 25. That would have tagged us in. Yeah. Okay. But while we're at that, we've come again to tap in here. There's a chalk up there. So 5 pips SL. Okay. Okay, take this one out at Excel, tags into this one, and it's still Tuesday. Yeah, still Tuesday, and it goes Excel. Horrible day. Excel. Okay, so Excel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a lot of losses. So that's I'm down 2.5%. Okay. All right. So we zoom back a bit. Let's see what's happening. Now price has tapped into here. Perhaps we want to get in again. Yeah, let's get in again. See what we get. If this failed, that means we're gunning for here. Okay. Break, 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 break. So we have a chalk. So I think at this point we've not been taking note of our 15 minutes. Yeah, because yes, okay. It's just now that it's breaking this. So we have a 15 minutes break of structure. So we have this. So we've now changed. So this is now the range from here to here, 15 minutes. So now we've come to the EQ. Okay, so let's see what happens there. So we've tapped in. See if we get a chalk. So we've done this. So did like this. We'll break. Okay, so broke away, kept going higher. Okay, is that news? Okay, I'll do this now. Like so broken. So what we see is that price tapped into this. Remember, we said something about when um, mitigated EQ. Yes, that's what happened. Price came tap into that, but we could not catch in on the trade there in the 1 minute. We could not catch it. It just went. Okay, so we're here. So we've now gone 15 minutes bullish. Okay, I'm going that far. Now we are coming into some pretty much some areas here. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so this is this range. Hmm, okay, so we're here. So we're here right now. Price has come to this area. Let's see if we get anything to trade right there. Um, okay, so okay, well that has broken that. Okay, so we're out of our trading range, so nothing for us there. So we're open now. Still within the range. Let's see what happened on the 4H. So based on 4R, price has broken here, come down, still playing. Yeah, okay. Price could take out this liquidity and look for something under here. So let's see. Just what happens. We interrogate this will be here. Okay, it keeps going down. And it breaks it. So that will be failed. It comes to this our trade. Does it get triggered? Ah, misses it. Misses it. There's an OP right there. So if we're going by our standard, we're supposed to have deleted that trade. So 15 minutes, drop to the 1 minute, and then it breaks through. Okay, so we're shifting bearish again. Okay, so shift bearish now. 15 minutes, really. And then keep going. We've gone again, another 15 minutes. Wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback. Okay, now we have the pullback. And pulls right into here. Or not yet, but we'll just draw that. Comes close but doesn't tap into it, and then we have another 15 minutes break. Wait for the pullback. Okay, so we have a pullback. Yeah, 15 minutes period. So we have this. Close below the week. Okay, so um, close before the breakthrough. I don't classify because it just when there's no close below, I didn't close below. There's no close below. So yes, this close below, but there's no follow through, so that doesn't count. Okay, so have another break. Wait for the pullback. Okay, so we have a close here. So we have this. So this is the OB or the EQ. Okay, we're in there. Go down to the 1 minute. So we track. We'll change the pattern. have an backup structure. So we have a break here. We have another break here. Another break. Okay, so we have this came down here. So I guess we can. Okay, but we're even outside our trade window. This is what to I don't know what I was looking for. Okay. So we're here right now, and what time is it? Okay. So we're in. So at the extreme here of this OB, prices start into it, 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll drop down to the 1 minute, see if we get an entry. So we have here. Okay, so we did this, did this. Okay, so we had a truck here. Okay, so based off of that, this is an entry. Yeah, so that would have been our entry. That would be our entry. I see where perfect execution always comes in. If let's say we didn't come in here at our target zone, even if we did the 3.5%, still a lot. So again, we're targeting 5.5. Now this is crazy. It comes close, doesn't appear, then goes back in. Comes close to being taken out. It doesn't take us out, and then he's taken. So that's a win. 5.5 hour TP hit. So we go back to look at our 15 minutes, see where we are. We may choose to take a continuation trade. We may choose to take a continuation trade here. We're still in premium area of price. And yeah, why not? We can take a continuation. So we see what happens. Price tapped into that. So drop to the 1 minute and see what we get. So did this, did that. So this flow, so chart. So we're looking at something like this. So let's hope there's a trade there. Okay, so let's see if we can get a 25%. So that's just sad. So let's see the sad thing about this. We missed this because we did not. When enter at zero would have been in this. So let's see, this is what it failed. So that happened. Now here, if we had, so we didn't get tagged. The ideal thing would have been just before the news, we take it out, right? But see this, if we had entered here 0, the ideal thing would be to say use a 7p per cell. Even if we did a 7p per cell, we would not have gotten our target, so it's tricky. Unless we left it at a 6p, unless we did that, and then maybe that's where we would have gotten 5.5 and okay, so drop down 15 minutes. We broke here, came back to the extreme here. This to the extreme. Okay, now this extreme right here. So here we've broken this 15 minutes here. Okay, this just weaked. We just weaked it. So not a close yet, but we tapped into that one. Is there a chalk thing there? No, that hasn't happened. Boom. So news. That was a dangerous one that happened. Dangerous one that happened on Thursday. That was a crazy one. And just kept going. It's a crazy one. So this pullback, pullback. um, So we have this right here, 15-minute BOS. Waiting for the pullback to happen. What happens right there? No. Yes, so that happens. 15 minutes PD. Okay. We then have this buy to sell weeks. So we don't have seen a chalk in there. 1 minute chalk we don't have happened there. So we then wait to see maybe here. Drop down to 1 minute. Okay, so I think we get a chalk right here. So we do this. No, so that includes and also this is where we have this. Okay, so it's here, which is equal high. So we have the break here. Okay, this can be classified as a V-shaped recovery thing. So we have this 1 minute, that, then we have this, and 3 OB. So we can set this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we type in and we're out, hit SL. So then maybe we look at the string. This is 6 big SL. Okay, let's see what happens. Ooh, so we hit SL. Try this tail. Okay, so we can group that. Now let's see what's happening in the 15 minutes. So we're here, sticking in there. So Friday. So people, okay. Came down. Okay. So break here. So we need to break there before I change the character. Okay, so we've broken there, change of character. Once it comes like really, really, really low. Let's go up to 15 minutes and see what we have there. Okay. So we have a chain. So there's a chain here. Okay. Yeah. this, do this, this, to add this high, comes a bit lower, and forward. So it comes a bit lower into here. Go back to tracker 1 minute. So we have our chalk because this, do we have our chalk? Yes, that close the whole bit. So let's say we take this entry. 3.5 because so let's say 3. Yeah, do it 3 because so. So what happens? Just goes. Just go. Doesn't come up. Well, I think we're even outside our trading. Yes, we're outside our trading period. So, and so what happened here was outside our trading period. Yeah, so 2 a.m. No, oh, that's not our trading period. Okay. Saved by that. Okay, so where are we? 6. So I think we're in now. Okay. So up there, we've come down, we've gone. So let's see what happens. Then we've broken. Okay, so keep going. So we've done that. So using a 15 minutes range. So we have this OP right here. We're down to 1 minute. Let's see what we get. Okay, closed up of this, so that's the valid up. So I did this is the high. Um, okay, so then come on, do this. Entry will be 682. Okay. and hit TP. Wow. So see this. uh, So see that V-shape recovery thing. A good thing we did this. So that poo, perfect example. Okay. Then we went 6 points. Okay. So TP hit. Okay. Go back to our 15 minutes and so broken again here. So we have the 50 minutes right there. Price tap. Okay, so if price tapped into the first one. If I drop down to your 1 minute, there would have been no chalk, right? So we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. So maybe price is coming in here. So go against the 1 minute and wait for it and see what happens. Now we have this break. Wait and see what happens here. Put a trade there. 25. Yeah, so it doesn't come to take it, so we keep playing price. Although we here did this, so we're still here. Okay, so broken through. We have another 15 minutes. We'll wait for the pullback. So now we have the pullback. So we have this. This is where we have our break. So we move from here to here, 15 minutes. And then somewhere around here, we have this OB. Let's see what happens when price gets there. Just went all the way through. Okay. So we come lower here. Just went through. And then look at this extreme. Or this one here. This. So we did this, came down. Okay, so it was at this point that we had the chalk, right? Now we have a chain. Even though that had been mitigated with the week, we still just want to attempt to trade it. So make it 10. Let's do it at 10. Yeah, this is what happens. So so something happened here. If this had with this is a ruby. Okay. Now if we're going to trade that, that would have been SL as big as, even if we want to do the 25% of that. Okay, so if we did 25% of that, okay, we need SL at 12 pips. Leave SL at 12 pips. It's just a lot, really. We can't get up to 5. Let's see. Okay, so we'd have got now 5. So I've gotten now 5, and even if we did it at 0 there, and we did an SL of, even if we gave him, if we did a 20, for instance, we would have still had our 5.5. Okay, maybe not yet. Okay, I think at this point, let's see, 5.3. Yeah, so I got now 5.5. Win. So let's regard that as a win, and we're out. So at the end of the day, um, so this would have triggered us in. This would have triggered us in. But if we take this normal way, always don't mind going 7, 6. So let's regard this as an L. Yeah, we did it there. Let's regard it as an L. Unless you're doing, let's regard it as an L. Mm. Oh, and see here would have taken continuation, so we could have taken a continuation here. So let's see what we would have gotten. So let's even pretend this is an S, this is an L. Yeah. So this would have been uh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5.5 times 3, 5.5 times 3. That's 16.5. 16.5. So if I've done this, 16.5 plus 5.5, 22 plus 5.5 is equals to this 27.5. So 27.5. So minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 losses and there's any other taking a trade on Tuesday. Was that a winning trade? It's a missed trade. So it was a missed trade. One, two, three, four, five. So it's 5 losses. 5 losses. Just 6 losses. So 6 losses. So that would have been this minus 6. So that would have been 21.5 R. That's what we would have gotten. And then so That's 21.5 hour. So at the end of the period, we got 21.5 hour, 21.5 hour, 21.5 hour. Hour. Okay, which comes to about 21.5 divided by 2. So about, so it's 10.75%. Okay, so it's quite so to be more accurate, let's put the results there. So we had how many L's during the period? So we had, so starting from, anyway, that's the result really. That's the result. So starting from here, just so I know I didn't miss anything. We had so this was a missed trade, so take that out. This was missed, loss. So one, two, three, four, five. So five losses, five losses, wins, wins. Okay, so let's even include this as a loss. So let's say this was a, let's say we left it at 7 p. Let's say to cover that high, we did 7. That means we won't have got 5.5. Good. So yeah, so let's say this is a loss. Okay. So that's 5 plus 1, 6 losses. 6 losses. This was a missed trade, so delete that. 6 losses. This is a win. Okay, 6 losses. 7 loss. This was a loss. 7. 7. So 7 losses, right? So 7 losses, 7L. Okay, and how many wins? So we gotta have 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many wins? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 wins. Yeah. Okay, good. So we did the maths. 7L and 4 wins. 4 wins, which comes down to 4 times 5.5 is 22. 22 minus 7 is 15. So more accurately, is 15R, 15R, and gives us the 7.5%. But really, with this, you could have passed verification, okay, and you just passed the verification in 1 week. You could have passed verification with this. Um, yeah, and this is just 1 week, and we've been able to make 7.5% just following our trade. Now, you see the beautiful thing about this is we had some losses. Okay, we had some losses. Like, I mean, we started off here. We had back-to-back losses. We had like these losses in a row. Now, there's no way we would have violated our daily loss limit because daily loss limit is 5%. And we have here um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 losses times 0.5, that's 2.5, right? And that's fine. That's okay. So, I mean, we had everything we had. This was Tuesday, Wednesday, everything. So that just shows you the power of this. So at the end of the back testing session, we had what we had, okay, and which is not bad. All right, so it's been a long video. I'll have to stop here and then we'll carry on.